Hey guys, Mike here. So today, I'm here to talk to you about Bloodshot. In this review, I'll be going over a brief summary of the plot, my quick thoughts about the film, and whether or not you guys should go and see it. So I'm going to try and keep this review spoiler-free. However, if you don't want to know anything about the film, and you want to go in completely blind, then I suggest come back to this video once you've seen the film. So with that, let's get started, shall we?
Are they playing this on repeat?
So Bloodshot stars Vin Diesel as Ray Garrison. In Bloodshot, Ray Garrison is a soldier who ends up getting himself killed, and then he's brought back to life by a mysterious company who has now infused his blood with nanites. And now he must hunt down the people who are responsible for his death. And so we have Bloodshot. So guys, didn't really have any real expectations for this one. My thoughts were that if it had good action, it would at least be halfway decent. Bloodshot doesn't really waste any time with kind of setting up a very generic backstory. He's a soldier, he has a fiancée, he gets killed, he gets brought back, goes on a revenge spree. It's that kind of story that we've heard a million times before. Well, maybe not down to those minute details, but still. But as Bloodshot entered its second act, it actually quite surprised me, and it made a lot of sense as to why his backstory was so generic and like so many Hollywood movies that we've seen before. They kind of do spoil it a bit in the trailers, but me, I don't really watch trailers, so this actually came completely out of nowhere for me. And it was easily the best part of the film. But once Bloodshot spilled the beans on that, it didn't really have a lot else going for it. Now, I don't dislike Vin Diesel as an actor. He's just not someone who I particularly rate as a good actor. Because for nearly every single one of his roles, he just kind of tends to mumble growl right through them. The only role that I've actually seen him be very comprehensible is when he's playing Groot. But all he has to say is 3 words, so I think it'd be quite hard for him to mess that up. But still, Vin Diesel brings his mumble-growly charm right to the role of Ray Garrison as well. And honestly, there were just so many parts in this film where he's saying something serious or he's trying to be intimidating, and he's literally just sounds like he's gargling marbles. And everyone else in the cinema who was watching this film, you know, was sitting there watching the movie, and he'd be speaking, and I'd just be there giggling to myself. But like I say, Vin Diesel's not bad in this, he just kind of plays Vin Diesel. But like I said at the start of the review, I was looking for good action. So, how was the action in this? Well, in a nutshell, the action in Bloodshot is very inconsistent. It's not really narrative inconsistency, it's more quality inconsistency. Because the first fight scene he has, he's in a small bathroom, and you can barely tell what's going on. But I did think that maybe this scene is filmed so shoddily because they want to later show how much better of a soldier he's become, thus increasing the quality of what we see. And while that does slightly become the case later on, for the most part, the action in this is kind of filmed very shoddily. It's not as bad as, say, the Bourne franchise, but they could have been a little bit more creative with it. However, having said that though, the scenes where they do get creative with the action, it does look really good. Like when they do slow-mo action scenes, or when you only see it through infrared, or where it's clearly all CGI. These were the action scenes where it did look quite good. However, when it's a scene where you can tell it is just purely based on Vin Diesel's capability to do fight choreography, that's when the movie starts to suffer. Because honestly, I don't know if Vin Diesel does a lot of his own fight choreography or his own stunts, but it definitely does come across that he doesn't really do a lot of his own. I could be completely wrong in this, it's just how I saw it. And the CGI as a whole in this was fairly decent. I did like how creative they got with the nanobot technology in this. Like scenes where he's getting shot and half his face is getting blown off, or when his whole entire body is blown up and they all come together in one big swarm. These scenes did look really good. And it was definitely when the character was at his most interesting, because he's definitely not interesting when he speaks, so they had to do something to make him interesting. Overall, guys, I did like Bloodshot a little bit more than I thought I would. Structurally, this is a very generic film, but narratively, it does take some risks, and for the most part, I would say it does pay off. I don't really know anything about Bloodshot, really. I've heard that he's a comic book character, but I don't know whether this portrayal of Bloodshot is anything like it is in the comics. All I can really say is it's a very generic character. It's somewhat enjoyable, but it doesn't really do anything that we haven't already seen anyone else do. And Vin Diesel, well, just Vin Diesel at the end of the day. But now, as for or not, you guys should go and see it. Though I did fairly enjoy this one, and the twist that was in it was presented fairly well, I wouldn't recommend going to see this film. It's not really that much of a great experience, and it doesn't really offer all that many new things that would warrant you going out to the cinema to go see this one. So I'd say, do yourselves a favour and just give Bloodshot a miss. You're not really missing out on anything. Okay guys, that's my review of Bloodshot. If you've seen it, what did you think about it? And what's your favourite nanobot movie? Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below. Until next time, I've been Michael. See ya.